Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor farmer named Edgar. He owned a quiet old ox named Bruno. Bruno was strong, patient, and wise in ways the farmer never fully understood. Every morning, Bruno pulled the wooden plow across Edgar's little field while the sun slowly climbed into the sky. He worked without anger and without rest. Because of Bruno's steady effort, the soil became rich and the harvest grew larger each season. Soon, Edgar had enough grain to sell in the market and enough food to live comfortably. Edgar never forgot who helped him succeed. He treated Bruno like a true friend. Years passed, and Bruno slowly became old. His steps became slower and his breathing heavier after long work in the field. One afternoon, he stopped pulling the plow and quietly lay down beneath a tree. Edgar watched him and felt sadness in his heart. That night, the farmer sat awake, thinking about the loyal animal who had given him everything. Early the next morning, Edgar led Bruno to the edge of a wide forest. He removed the rope from the ox's neck and gently patted his head. "You have served me with great loyalty," Edgar said softly. "Now it is time for you to rest. The forest is full of grass and water. Live freely and peacefully." Bruno looked at the farmer for a long moment. Then he slowly walked toward the trees. Though he felt a little lonely, he was also curious about the world beyond the farm. The forest was calm and green. Cool wind moved through the leaves, and birds sang high above the ground. Bruno spent his days eating fresh grass and drinking from clear streams. One evening, he discovered a large cave beside a quiet river. It seemed like the perfect place to sleep. Without knowing who owned it, Bruno stepped inside and rested. But the cave actually belonged to a fierce lion. Not far away, a sly jackal had been watching the ox. The jackal hoped to impress the lion by helping him catch such a large meal. He hurried to the lion and whispered, "A fat ox is sleeping in your cave. Tonight, you can feast like a king." The lion proudly walked toward the cave. Inside, Bruno heard the heavy footsteps and understood that danger was near. For a moment, fear entered his mind, but instead of panicking, he forced himself to stay calm. "If I fight the lion, I will lose," he thought. "I must think wisely." As the lion reached the entrance of the cave, Bruno shouted in a deep and powerful voice. "Why are you late again?" he roared. "Yesterday, one lion was not enough for my dinner. Today, I ordered 2 more." The lion froze in terror. "This monster eats lions," he whispered to himself. Without another step, he turned and ran deep into the forest. The jackal saw the lion running and could not believe it. "Why are you running away?" he asked. The lion repeated the frightening words he had heard from inside the cave. The jackal burst into laughter. "That ox fooled you," he said. "There is no monster. Tie me to your tail so you cannot run away, and we will go back together." The lion was still nervous, but he agreed. The jackal tied himself to the lion, and they slowly returned to the cave. Bruno saw them coming and immediately understood the jackal was trying to expose his trick. Once again, he stayed calm and quickly made another plan. As they came near the cave, Bruno shouted loudly from inside, "Jackal, why did you bring only 1 lion today? You promised to bring 2. Now I must stay hungry again." The lion became terrified. "So the jackal betrayed me," he thought. "He promised this monster 2 lions." In pure panic, the lion ran away as fast as he could. Because the jackal was tied to him, the poor creature was dragged across rocks, roots, and bushes while shouting in pain. Soon, both of them disappeared deep into the forest. Bruno slowly stepped out of the cave and watched the empty path. A quiet smile appeared on his face. He had defeated a powerful lion without using strength. From that day on, Bruno lived carefully and peacefully in the forest. He survived not because he was stronger, but because he stayed calm and used his intelligence. The lesson of this story is simple but powerful. In moments of danger, a calm mind and smart thinking are stronger than brute force.